In this podcast, we share some of the challenges and difficulties in life. Content may include open dialogue about topics such as suicide, depression, feeling lost or alone, anxiety, addiction struggles, homophobia, and descriptions of bullying experiences.
Well, hello, Cynthia. It's nice to see you today. Hello, Connor. Hello. Nice to see you. Today is one of our special days because we have our first guest on to the Comfort Zone. Yay. And she's a person that's been in our lives for quite a while, but she's brought happiness to us and laughter, and we've learned her truths as a true person, and she's her, our truths, and she knows us. And so when we first came up with the concept of bringing on guests, and we go, who's going to be the first guest? And then both of us just said, Lynette. So anyway, our special guest is, go ahead.
Welcome, Lynette.
Lynette, yes.
Well, hello.
Well, hello, Lynette. Welcome to our podcast.
Welcome to me.
Yes. And I hope you feel comfortable doing here, being with us and talking about your truths, because your truths will probably help someone else too out there.
Sincerely.
So, yeah, most definitely. So, this is all about truths and your hurts and the things you've done and the things you've accomplished and challenges and how you overcame it. And it's just whatever you wish to tell, is your truth. We can't tell your truth because we don't feel what you feel. We know how we feel and how we reacted to it, but you probably did something different or had somebody help you, and just whatever. So welcome to our show, and let's begin.
So tell us a little bit, I understand that last Tuesday we were going to have you on, but that was not the right day to start out, so thank you for being here today.
Last Tuesday was the bottom of the biorhythm, and it was a most negative day, and that's the day that I just want to go home and go to bed, because it's a waste of time dealing with the world when it's like that towards you. So
sure, yeah, most definitely.
That's why I'm here today.
Well, we're so glad about that, most definitely.
So tell us where you're originally from.
I'm from a small village in the northeast coast of Scotland called Bodham. It is the most...
Bodham, ooh.
Not bottom, Bodham, B-O-D-D-A-M. In the meantime, it's the most This is going to go really well.
Biorhythm, not the bottom.
It's the most northeasterly point in Scotland, and there's when I was a child, it was the wildest and most wonderful place to stay. Climbed cliffs, took rowing boats out to Russian trawlers who were coming into our waters. It was wild and marvelous until the day that my mother died, when I was 15.
Oh, see that.
That
affects you.
It affected me. It still affects me.
Sure.
I'm affected to begin with, but in the meantime, and that changed my life. I've never seen my father as a weak person, and I seen him that day, and it changed my life. We didn't have a phone. I ran. It was February. It was raining. I ran to the doctor's office, which is along the cliffs. This sounds like a novel.
And believe it or not, your life is a novel.
Well, he threw me in his car, and he went down to we drove down to the house. I was late for work. My two sisters were younger than I am, were at home. And he said, there's nothing I can do. And that was that. She died of a cerebral hemorrhage. So that changed my life. So I left home at a very young age. I just left. I didn't know what else to do.
I understand that emotion because, we do what we have to do for self-survival. So
exactly, yeah. And I didn't know that. I was a kid. I just set off into the world. and lived with a bunch of students in Aberdeen, which is our home city. And they were all English majors and the University of Aberdeen, Scotland. And then from there, I
That's where you acquired your wisdom, wasn't it?
I don't know. No, you know what? I'm a family of readers. We're all readers.
Oh, well, yeah.
And we challenge ourselves mentally, and that's the way it is. I had a teacher that swore that I shouldn't leave school, but I had an argument, and I told her to F off, and that was that. And she was anatomy and physiology and health, and today I would have been a pathologist. Dead people don't talk. Anyway, what else, Cynthia? Don't let me ramble on. I'll ramble.
No, that's the best. So you were like 15 when you left? So it was right after that.
Yeah.
When your mom passed away.
Yeah.
And you just had to. What about? Did you stay in contact with your siblings?
Oh, yeah. Still do.
Okay.
I worked in a crab factory. It's a rite of passage in our village. And everything, I never ate crab until I came to the United States. Everything gets shipped over here. So I hitched a ride with one of the truck drivers and went down to England. I met a guy. Yeah, there was that too.
There was that too?
Yeah.
You almost forgot about that.
I almost forgot about that. But that was after a few years of living in Aberdeen, and then went down to Ipswich, England, which is north of London, and dragged a guy out of bed one morning and married him when I was 18.
Wow.
Well, we moved to London.
He didn't have a choice?
No, he didn't have a choice. Never. This is not the first one, honey. I've only just begun.
We better book the studio a little bit longer than that.
No. And then I moved to London, and I lived in Belgravia, which is around the corner from the Buckingham Palace. That's where all the elitists live, and all the. It was a wonderful time I had, looking at people's ankles, because I lived underground. And it was marvelous. I loved it. And then I was bored. Yeah, it was a flat.
Basement? Oh.
Yeah, because they were all lords and ladies, and I opened the doors for them to let them in. Hello, darling. Hello, darling. Then we'd hang out in the pubs in Grosvenor Squares, where all the embassies are, and everybody who worked in the hotels, believe it or not, were Scottish and Irish.
Yeah.
That's how we're ranked in England. In the meantime, I decided I wanted to go home. So I jumped on a train in King's Cross Station at 11:45 at night, and with a bunch of Marines. I had just come back from Bahrain.
What happened to the husband at that point?
And of course, you were a good girl.
Yeah, I never divorced him. I never divorced him. So what now?
But you're married now.
No, I'm getting a divorce now again.
Oh, you're getting another
Oh, that's the
divorce.
third one.
Oh, the third one? Okay. Well,
Keep
that's not too
keep
bad.
on doing it till you get it right. Except this is the end, my friend. This is the
That's another story.
No, yeah, that's a total other story about
Yeah.
me and men, and
Yeah.
for some reason they all want to kill me, and that's not a joke.
Okay, then let's talk about the first time that happened to you. How was that? How did that happen?
How did that happen? I was an immigrant in this country. I was illegal in this country. I was vulnerable, and I was.
And then someone was taking advantage of you.
No, I took it. Well, it's a comme ci comme ça situation. It's not just about somebody else doing something to me. I walked into it, and it's funny how circumstances are. I was severely physically abused. But I have a mouth that never shuts up, as you can probably tell by this podcast. And one day, the right thing happened to me. I met an Ethiopian man. His name was Emmanuel. And I moved in with them, and they took care of the situation. And I was stalked still for years, but I went to court, and the bailiff in the court was one of my clients. And it was a commissioner and in the courthouse, and I denied paternity for the child that I had had with him, which enraged him, and I won.
Fantastic.
And I kept on, and I never got a penny in it because I didn't want one.
Right, right. But you were standing up for yourself.
You're damn
and
right I
your
was. You're damn right
values
I
and
was.
your worthiness, your child, everything.
What I believe is when you put it out there into the universe,
Right.
it comes back to you. That was serendipity that bailiff was there that day.
It was fate. You know, see, I believe in fate.
Okay.
Other words, your negativity in life gives you that ability to find path out of it. It does, and you
Well,
discover your purpose.
Well, I don't think it was negativity at all. I think it was a learning process.
Well, yeah, but that's what you're learning for yourself,
You're
right?
damn right. Yeah.
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 And
And then you have to make a choice.
And then people will say, "Well, why did you stay?" Oh, kiss my ass, please, because it's not about that.
No,
At
we're-
all.
Everybody's creatures of habits. I mean, we're used to like keeping the same thing, the same things around us, the same foods. We get we just repetitious.
Not me.
But-
As a Scotsman, Native American, African American, Ethiopian. Keep it live, son.
See, this is what's beautiful about this person and people that have had so much negatives and have a positive attitude in life.
You live and you learn.
Yep.
You live and you learn.
You're living your novel. That's
right.
for sure.
I am living my novel.
Yes, you are.
And tell us about, when did you come to the United States then?
I came to the United States November 20th, 1973. Yeah.
And you remember that date, huh?
You're damn right I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And until my daughter, Kirsten, who now has breast cancer, as you well know, when she was 21, she supported me and we got my green card. And from there, the first thing I did was go, ya me voy a Mexico. Mom, are you nuts? No, I'm not. Ya me voy. And my little red Volvo with my yellow Birkenstock clogs.
Can I ask you, how many kids did you have?
I have 3.
3 kids,
Yeah.
okay.
I have a daughter, 51, Kirsten, who is 44, and my son, Ephraim, who is 34. He's gay. Kirsten has cancer. I'm batting 3 for 3 here. And my oldest has MS. So, yes, I understand life.
Yeah, you've gone through a lot of issues, that's for sure.
But
Okay, can I ask you a simple question? Those negatives that you've gone through, and as you are as today, isn't laughter the important part of your life?
that's a hard question to answer.
No, because you still have harshness, but like we're here, we just start laughing.
Well, you
and
guys,
laughing.
you guys know me in the raw.
Well, I know.
And I can't do that now. So, yes, I think laughter is the best medicine. I remember I began to get extremely depressed, which is not like me. When you can't see in color and
Yeah,
everything is
yeah.
gray. I'm sure you understand that.
So does Cynthia, and I'm sure so does Connor. So.
Yeah. And I started watching Happily Ever After movies, which is not me. I'm a murder mystery chick. I want to see slit throats.
You
and
like horror.
I like that. Yeah. Well, I'm a Brit. The Brits make the best. We do. and that really did change me. Yeah. And I just turned my life around. I don't know. My life has never been turned. I don't know. It just it's an evolution.
No, I mean, you had a negative day last Tuesday. So, I mean, it's like we all do those, but you still have your trait of attracting happiness and making people laugh.
That's what the world's about, son. And, do a good deed every day. Every day.
Sure.
The other day, I needed a battery for my car. I'm rather broke. So, my friends, Bernardo Gutierrez, who's an angel in my life, helped me. I have this battery charger that starts up semi-trucks. So here's this chick with these things, and I'm hooking it up, and then a friend of mine walked in, and he builds big tow trucks, and he said, "Give me your car keys." Next thing you know, I've got a battery in my car. I got the car from a girlfriend because I went with her through cancer. The house I live in belongs to a federal judge. So one day I said to her, you know, what are you going to do with this house? I've lived here for 25 years. I'd like to know. My rent is $750, by the way. And she said, I thought you'd never ask. She's a gay woman herself. And she said, it's yours on the day I die. So this is what karma does. This country's been extremely good to me. Extremely good to me. And I have you two and Connor as well. I mean, it's wonderful. And to be here today doing this it's wonderful. I love it. Do you want me to snort?
What if you said no? It's a little too late, isn't it?
Okay, since you mentioned you have a gay son, aside from having a son that has health issues, and then having a daughter having cancer.
Son doesn't have health issues.
The daughters
Daughters do.
have.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's right.
Cancer, and then
Did your son have trouble coming out being gay?
No,
or
not at all.
No?
He came out when he was 13.
13?
Yeah. Now, being married to an African is a different story.
Well, what
his
story is
father
that?
wasn't
What story is that?
accepting him?
Yeah.
How about holding a gun to his head, calling him a faggot?
Oh,
That's why I'm getting a
my
divorce
God.
today. Faggot? That's the filthiest word on the face of the earth. Mm-hmm. See you next Tuesday is even better than faggot.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think I talked about that in my second podcast, right?
Yeah.
So my son, who's the light of my life, he's an amazing human being. I haven't heard from him for a few months, but I know he's okay because I'm his mother.
Sure.
He wanders the earth by himself, just like I did. He sort of rather follows in my footsteps. And I know he'll...
In other words, he's living his free life.
Exactly. Yeah. He's not ashamed of who he is.
Sure.
And I'm
Well,
not.
that's good. That's good.
And it is
So
funny.
he's got a lot of pride, so that's good.
When he was a wee kid, his sisters realized that boy's gay.
Well, like when I was young, I always knew I was different from my siblings, but I didn't know what it was. You know, I couldn't identify it.
And see how far we've come today.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As what you had to live through.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what Ephraim had to live through was support.
Right.
Apart from his father, but that's a different story. That's his loss and his problem, not mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love my son just the way he is. He's fantastic. Yeah.
Things are different now. which
Oh,
is
totally
a good
different
thing.
now. Yeah. Look at West Hollywood this
I know,
last
the
weekend.
Pride.
That was a huge pride.
I
Biggest
know
in the
this
world.
is Pride Month, so
It is,
it's like,
yeah.
and in a way, I'm sort of proud that it's happening this month as our podcast starts getting out there, and
Serendipity.
I hope Connor gets it on my FM because they have thousands and thousands of podcasts, and they just even advertised it when I was driving here, and I heard them say, get on our website. You got thousands of choices. You pick what you want to listen to. And
Odyssey.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that's a nationwide gay supporting station. And they always talk about the prides and where they're happening. And they just accept everything. But anyway, let's get back to the Lynette. It's not about our stories. I just happen to
Calvin
start
show.
talking.
But it all led into it. So yeah. So what else?
Well, how's your daughter doing?
My daughter we're having a PET scan on Friday. She has 4-stage breast cancer. She's a young woman, and women should have to be tested a whole lot younger than the medical profession says.
What does it say now? It's like 45 or 50?
Yeah,
or
it
something?
should be 35. It should be, yeah. Because of processed food, hormones in food, as far as I'm concerned, and birth control, which I never could take. So that's why I got 3. Anyway, yeah, she's, we live one day at a time.
Sure.
I don't give her, I don't kowtow to her, and I do not baby her.
Yeah.
And she's strong. And I love that. She's a Scorpio
She's
like
a
me.
fighter.
I was gonna
She's
say,
a
she's like
fighter.
her mama.
She's a fighter.
Yeah, she's a fighter. Yeah. So we'll see what happens on Friday, and then it will be read, and then they'll tell us, and once again, la 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 la. It's just the name of the game, and that's the way it rolls, and it's just another thing in my life.
Does she have good medical care?
She's got great medical care. She's got Medi-Cal, which is the best thing there is.
Beautiful.
Which is, a lot of people shake their head at Medi-Cal. This is City of Hope, taking Medi-Cal. Come on now. She had to quit her job. She's on disability, and she's living the best life as far as she's concerned. She travels, she goes see her friends in Joshua Tree, and she loves Arizona, which, well, there you go. And, yeah, I think she's doing great, you know. Like this morning, she goes, you know, I only have one life. I said, well, how many do you think I have? She's going again. She's going to Kentucky. She's going to Miami. What is this? And I'm stuck here in Riverside with your dog.
But you want some of she's living, because she may die, so she's living and doing the things that
She wants.
she was. We're all going to die. It's not an issue.
Well, if it is, we're barking up the wrong.
Maybe a little of an issue, but you know.
Well, although, Carl, you know, you could be pissing up a tree at that point.
Yeah. I have pissed up a tree or
I
two.
bet you have.
So anyway, how did we meet? Do you recall when we met? I know where we met.
I know where we met, and it was.
Wait, what is my name? I want to see if
What?
you remember.
I'm absolutely terrible at names.
You never remember my name.
So
every
terrible
single
at
time.
names.
Until I started calling you something else. I don't
Yeah,
know what Nora or something. I don't know what I called her. She was this way.
I think we met through David St. Pierre,
Yes.
who's left the earth and still strong in our hearts. Yeah.
Yes, he definitely was. He was there when Bob passed away for me.
Of course he was.
So, and
Yeah.
he kept me social because
He-
I was in total depression.
He insisted on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. What about Cal? What about
And
Cal?
David was the owner of the Menagerie. The first gay club opened here in Riverside. And he was, they opened, well, it was opened by Madeline, but Madeline sold it to David.
That's right. And we did Madeline's here.
Yeah.
Non-Madeline. Yeah. Yeah. And our daughter moved to Australia. And,
Yeah. But anyway, that's the history of the two gay bars. So, but we met Lynette, I think it was at Arts.
it was definitely.
It was Arts, and Paula was an amazing owner of her place because she accepted everyone. So we had hard Republicans, deep Republicans, and we had Democrats, we had gays, we had...
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
That's probably true. She's probably seen it all because she owned that bar for God.
She worked since she was like 13.
Well, she
Well,
worked,
she was
worked
working
at this-
for her dad.
at the circus room.
At the circus
And in
room.
1984, Arts opened.
Well, that's because the city eminent domain
Yeah.
that property
Well, they took the
and
property
put
back.
the bus station there.
And the Bunchels Donuts
Yeah.
on the corner.
So we know her history too, because Bob and I, when we first went to Arts, we felt so welcome because she was very articulate with us and accepted us and all that kind of stuff. So that she actually opened up what I would call like the Cheers of Riverside, because she accepted everyone. And she didn't let politics take over. And
She's a businesswoman.
she
I
was
told people to
a
be quiet.
very wise
A
businesswoman.
very wise businesswoman.
Very wise, very wise.
Ask no questions, tell no
But
lies.
that's why we met you there, and you heard your laughter, and that's why we were attracted to you, because of your laughter and your giving it and taking it.
I think there was a
And
few curse
and
words, too.
and the talking smack.
right.
Talking
curse word.
smack.
Talking smack, yeah.
Talking smack. Somebody, it was like the other day, a gentleman said something to me, and he was talking about illegal immigration, and I said, do you understand one thing? You were born in this country. You didn't make a choice. You were born here. I was not born here. I made a choice to come here. To leave your country of origin is the hardest thing you'll ever do in your life. To say goodbye to your family is remarkable. And that man seen things differently from just the conversation I had with him. Don't judge like that.
No.
No. It's not like that at all.
No.
These people come here because they want to. They've left their countries. Immigration's huge. Yeah. That was the last time I seen my dad.
It's a real big problem today. I mean, it's just
that.
they can't get their facts together or do something about it. It's just
We're not going to talk about immigration, Cal. This is all about me.
okay.
Well, she started it, in all fairness.
I did start it. I apologize, Cal.
No, that's all right.
Continue on.
You can shut me up anytime. Can we pause so I can refresh cocktails? Yeah. Well, we're back.
We're back. And Lynette, I have asked Lynette to tell us a little story that she shared with us before. But it's one of my favorites.
Okay, dokie.
It involves broken appendages and some trauma, but flying across the country, across the world.
It surely did. Well, as I said before, I was illegal for 30 years. So in my 33rd year, I went home to my homeland for the first time. Well, we were all drinking at the Royal Falconer downtown Riverside, and everybody was so happy that I was going, and I had a stack of shot glasses. I wasn't driving, by the way.
That's good.
And, well, somebody dropped me off on my driveway was a wee bit steep, so I went teetering down the driveway, teetering to the left, teetering to the right, and face planted in my front lawn. Thank God it was a front lawn and not concrete. Okay, 4 hours later, as everybody does when they wake up after excessively drinking, my arm was killing me. Well, I'd broken my wrist. Well, I had this now was Friday night. I was leaving for London on Tuesday or Monday. I can't remember. But so I still had to work. Thank God my fingers still worked, because I do hair for a living. Cutting hair with a broken wrist is not the easiest thing in the world. Then I had to fly 10 hours to London with my hand up in the air so the blood flow would kind of stop or whatever.
Sobbing.
Got to London. Then I had to fly north to Aberdeen. Got there. My nephew was getting married. Well, they did the marriage thing. Now, I have national health in Scotland, which is a bad word in this country, which is socialized medicine. In the meantime,
we should have it. But
we should have it, but that's another day. In the meantime,
it's a big industry here.
All right, Cal, wait a minute. I'm in the middle of my story. So I go to the wedding. We're doing Highland flings. We're doing eights and reels, which are arm in arm and da-da-da-da. And I bled out from my fingertips to my elbow. Well, my nephew left for his, actually it was my niece, for her honeymoon.
Didn't you do her hair, too?
No, they'd never allow me to do that. Oh. Don't do families here, they don't pay.
Okay. Oh, they don't pay.
Anyway, so this is a true story, and my family dropped me off at our hospital, which is Forester Hill in Aberdeen. They still had my records. And cast my arm. I came back to the United States, and a friend of mine was an orthopedic surgeon. And he said, Lynette, your hand's working really well. I could go in there and start surgery and do it all over again. I went, nah, I don't care. So I've got a gammy arm. But in the meantime, I got one of my biggest pots. I put warm water in it, and I stuck that thing into there and slid that cast. And it, disgusting. But then again, I've sewed my own shoes and.
Why didn't you have your orthopedic surgeon friend take the cast off at least?
No, they'd have charged me.
So you went with that injury for days.
Oh, yeah, a week and a half.
5 days?
Oh, no, a week and a half.
Week and a half?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yes, you do.
You're a strong woman, girl.
You just keep, honey.
You're butch.
Is that the first time anybody said that about me, by the way? Because my hair is short and I dress like a man. But the thing is, there's copious amount of vodka involved.
Yeah.
But here she is. She survived it. Was it your left hand, though? Were you right-handed?
Yes.
Okay, so, well, I guess that's the silver lining.
Silver lining, yeah.
You're ambidextrous when you're doing hair, though.
So how long have you been doing hair?
That's another story. I've been doing hair since 1978. So
78? Yeah, that's a long time now.
And it was an American that paid for me to go to school. I didn't want to because I have a little bit of a bad temper, but my dolls never had hair. I always
have
cut them.
never. I don't think I've ever seen your temper. I've seen you where you were upset, but not like mad. Just.
It's a good thing that I don't have a gun. But I have lots of.
Okay, that's not funny though. It isn't, but it was funny.
It is because I'm a Scot. We don't have
No,
guns.
you say you're gonna shoot me?
Hell no! I'll just maim you for
Shut
life.
me up?
She's going to cut your hair.
There's only two.
No, I shaved my head. The other night, I just
Beat you to it, so.
I just did it. And then such a perfectionist, I had to make sure every hair is the same.
I'm glad your eyes are that good, Cal.
Well, I can see near. I need glasses to see far. So I'm nearsighted.
Doesn't it make you just want to rub his
Yeah.
Not really.
But I can't wait till it grows back so I can go back the way it was.
Back to life.
Yeah.
Back to reality.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, you can't do your normal morning look, though, with this short hair.
What is a normal morning look, Cal?
Well, usually he has his hair all slicked
One
down.
morning I faced her Facebook,
FaceTiming, yeah.
what do you call
FaceTime,
it?
yeah.
FaceTime.
Yeah.
FaceTime.
FaceTime. Connor's laughing.
But anyway, so she's like, and then all she says,
What happened?
your hair. Because it was like all
every
wigged
which way.
out. And it's just like this old man with his hair sticking out every direction. And she just started laughing. It's like, I love your hair.
Very Charlie Brownish.
So mean of me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But that's what laughter's all about. It's about being made fun of and making fun of somebody else. And
Within.
And when you
but
can laugh
no,
at
no. But
yourself,
when
kindness.
you get to know people that know you, there's no holds barred. There just isn't, because it's our truths. It's who we are, how the way we think, or the way it works.
It's like our friend, $5 Donald. That's what every bartender calls him, $5 Donald. Because all he ever gives is $5, Dad. And that's what he's known
No
as.
matter what. Yeah.
Yeah. You know Donald.
But you
Sorry,
know,
Donald.
even like with Paula or Bob, when they were working behind the bar, even if they knew that they were the owner, they don't tip them.
Who the hell's Bob? I think he was with the sire.
Bob Warner, my other half, he used to work
you're
the bar.
Bob.
Oh, did you forget?
He was talking about Paula.
Well, Bob. This whole podcast is about Bob.
Bob on over and kiss my. Da, 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 da. Have you seen Bob lately?
Yeah. But no, I haven't.
Getting darker and darker.
But I know where he
You're
is.
leading
though.
me down the rabbit hole, Cal. Stop.
You know,
We do know where he is, though.
yeah, we do know where he is.
Does he know where you are?
I would hope so.
It's getting sinister.
Where is he?
I have no idea. Where is he?
It's right there behind you.
Oh, well done. My best friend's in my closet. I take him out, Every Christmas, and his gold box, I put a red ribbon on it and put him under the Christmas tree.
You do?
Yes. One of these, oh God, I remember being at work and a UPS guy came and had to pick up a package and somebody nearly shipped him off.
Oh,
Yeah, he's my best friend, Antonio Venegas. I have him. How many people have dead people?
I have
Cal does.
Dead pets.
I have tons of dead pets.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
I just have a piece of him. I got a little bit of urn with his ashes.
What piece
'Cause
would that be, Cal?
I have no idea. It's a mixture of every parts of
An
his body. So I have no idea.
I'm getting
I would hope it would be the nether parts.
Because what happened is, I'll tell a little bit of my story.
Here we go.
I didn't know. Well, what do you think this podcast is about? It's
about
any subject.
you,
It's
Cal.
not just about one person. It's about our
I thought it was
lives
Lynette's
and
show
our
today. I don't
truths
know.
and the life.
Stop it. See, with people like Cal,
But see,
how could
when
you
you-
not laugh?
But when you say something to me, I got an immediate response, so I have to react.
You're a reactionary, that's why.
What?
You're a reactionary.
Go ahead, let's react.
Okay, well, anyway.
As he
When
lies down
Bob
on the
passed-
couch and
when
his
Bob
legs are now
passed-
up in the air.
No, when Bob passed, I knew he never wanted to be buried. So I couldn't get a grave for him or anything. So it was like being cremated. So I kept his ashes, and then I started.
I told you his legs are now up in the air. He's lying flat on his back. He looks like a. Never mind. A turtle that's been turned over.
But anyway, so I couldn't find. So I just said, okay, well, I didn't want to be cremated, but because he was, and I can't find a place to place him.
You're not dead yet, Carl.
No, but he's got it set up, so he's going to be.
But no,
buried in
but
there.
what? Okay, but what happened? Is, I'm just trying to say.
Okay, hurry
But
up.
what happened? I had to finally decide that I was going to be cremated and or have our ashes spread in Long Beach because that's where we met and that's where the beginning of our relationship happened. So I was going to say, okay, I'll go ahead and get cremated and we'll just have someone spread our ashes in the ocean. So then a couple of years went by, and then all of a sudden down the road they're building a new mausoleum,
Fresh new crypts.
fresh new crypts.
Join now.
Fishing
So,
crypts.
2 years ago, I bought a crypt
Okay.
for both of us. So we're both going to be in the same
pets.
place.
The pets, too.
So what happened is when I did a little ceremony just to place him because we already did the celebration of life and because we're already like in what? That was like last year. So it's like he was already gone for 4 years. So I finally found our resting place. So I put the urn there, but
And
I
there's
got
a plaque.
an exact replica of his urn, and I had his ashes put in that little urn, and that little urn's going to be buried with me in my casket when I get buried with him.
Sounds like a Russian doll.
Oh my God. But see, it's a good story to tell, and that's part of my story. I'm sorry, Lynette. I really shoved in on your story.
You twat. It's
But
been-
I love you.
Is this it?
No,
How much?
absolutely not.
Okay, fine.
If you want to talk, talk.
Well, I'm glad you gave me the opportunity to, Carl. It's been lovely visiting with you, darling.
Listening to your stories, Gal.
Anyway, at this point in my life, I'm in the middle of getting a divorce and taking care of my daughter. living my life, enjoying life.
Your one life.
The only life we have.
Oh, yeah.
And a good deed a day. Just say hello to somebody. That's all. That's, if you've got a spare pair of shoes, give them to somebody. If you have an apple that you don't, give it to somebody. It's all about that. And believe me,
be charitable.
there's such a thing as a blue zone. And blue zone means not just health, but it means mental health, physical health, and giving to people. And that's what people are all about. And I love people. I don't really like them, but, because I do hair for a living. They bring me a picture and they want to look like, I can't do that. I'm not a magician. Anyway, that's my story.
I would like to look like Beyonce. Can you make that happen?
Yeah, surely. In the meantime, there's not much more I can tell, actually.
No, that's very true, though. Just doing one
Yeah.
kind thing.
There's
it doesn't
another
have to
story.
be amazing, big gesture, but just something.
Yeah,
Just
just a
know that
little
tells
something.
yourself that you're human, and you recognize another human.
You walk by somebody who's in pain.
Yeah.
What the hell do you think about? Then 2 minutes later, or you don't. How could you do that?
Mm-hmm.
It's not right. It's not right at all. And this is one of the kindest countries in the world. But the homelessness and everything else just gets them. I worked with homeless when I was 16 in Aberdeen, Scotland. And there's a lot of mental illness, but there's a lot of choices that people want to live on the street. And we gather stuff from greengrocers to feed them, to make soup. Now, in the meantime, I did work a full work at 16, 40 hours a week. And
What else were you doing?
I've made cigars.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it was. I lived in England and I did cigars. 5,500 a day. Not hand rolled on my thigh. They came out of a hopper. I would just stretch the tobacco across and it would suck down and it would pop, a cigar. Carl's having in a moment. Anyway, I'm rambling.
Rambling's good, though. It's just like whatever's on your mind.
Whatever's on your mind, exactly.
Yeah. Well, as a matter of fact, that's what I've been doing.
I framed houses.
You framed houses?
Yeah, I lived.
how
this
butch.
This is in Riverside. How very butch. This was in Riverside, and the guys that did it lived at the Araya Vista Hotel, which is a fantastic place downtown Riverside. I think it's Farmer Boys now, but sash and cord windows and beautiful hallways, and it was wonderful. Yeah, until I got stung by a bee, and that was the end of that. Yeah.
Well, tell us that story.
That's a story.
That's a story.
That's a goddamn story, Cal. I got stung by a bee, and that was the end of that. Hello.
Her stories aren't always as long as your stories.
I have snippets of my life. Yeah. And being introduced to a Mexican family when I first came to this country, I remember seeing refried beans and thinking, oh, Christ almighty, that looks like cow shit. And I love it. And I'd never seen an avocado in my life. And I'd never seen a shower until I came to California.
Are you serious? Yeah.
I'm serious, yeah. We don't bathe in Scotland.
Yeah, they don't. I heard that.
Yeah, it was truly culture shock, but marvelous. I love California. I've camped all over the state. It's wonderful. Yeah. Great place. This is my home. Been to Madrid, Spain. Love that too. Love to live there.
I love Spain.
I love Spain. Wonderful place. That was for my 60th birthday. It was marvelous. Loved it. Took my hedgehog with me. Not a live one, a stuffed one. And he went everywhere. Edinburgh, Scotland, Los Angeles International, London, Madrid, and back. He's got a whole book.
When did you went?
2016.
2016.
Yeah. Is that it then? Are we done?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. Are we done, Connor?
Sure. Cal's going to go on and on for a little bit.
I'm not going to relinquish this mic
Jobs,
to Carl. But I would like to thank Carl for having me here in the comfort zone Because it's a very, very, very goddamn comfortable place to be.
Oh, thank you, Lynette. That was wonderful. Thank you. But you wanted something? You were the first person we ever thought of having as our guest.
And now we don't know why, but
And, yeah.
Because I'm a goddamn superstar. No, it was lovely. It was amazing. Thank you so much.
Did you
for
feel
having me.
comfortable, though?
Didn't you just hear what I just said?
Yeah, I did. No, but I mean, just,
Talking about me?
yeah,
I don't,
talking about you.
I don't talk about me to most people.
I know, because people are going to hear this, and
I
that's
don't-
what
I
I want to
don't
say.
ca- I don't
but
care.
how do we get you to do this?
Because you're kind
Thank you.
and you're
You're
easy
kind.
and you're easy to work with
Yes.
and you don't pressure. Because then I'd have to tell you to see you next Tuesday. Thank you, Carl.
Thank you, Lynette. And thank you for being on the comfort zone. And
everyone for
I
listening all the way to
cherish
the
you
end. We appreciate it
for
so
the rest of
much.
my life.
Please.
Oh,
Don't give me
please.
that. Anyway, and Connor, you're a pleasure.
You are as well.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you very much indeed, both of you. Cynthia, Carl,
Oh, she remembered your
got it.
name. Yeah, she did.
twats.
All right,
And
take
this is
care.
it. I'm
Thank
signing
you so
off.
much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you
So
much.
this is a goodbye. Goodbye, Lynette. Goodbye, Cynthia. Goodbye, Connor. And Connor, thank you very much for producing and directing our show.
Lucky to have you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Well, nobody said goodbye, Cal, except for Lynette. So
Bye,
what
Cal.
am I?
Bye, Cal. Bye, Cal. See you later.
Adios, motherfucker.
If you are experiencing painful thoughts or are in need of support, please reach out to someone. Your mental well-being is important to us. Mental health services are free and available to you. You have value and you are worthy of kindness and help. Reach out and talk. For 24/7 free and confidential assistance, call or text the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at 988, or call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 800-273-8255.